What's up, everybody? My name is Dentrell Felton, and we are back. And as promised, today we are going over the qualifications needed to become a master electrician. And while we're at it, we're going to go over the qualifications to become a journeyman electrician as well. So if you missed the first video, I talked about me making the decision to become a master electrician, and I gave a little bit of my background story. And as we go on, we'll give a little bit more so it can paint the full picture of the process and what does it take, and maybe some of you guys out there can relate as well. This is a very exciting week. November 8th, I get to call in and see if I'm qualified to take the master electrician's exam, or if I have to take the journeyman's exam before. To me, it doesn't matter. I'm just excited to move forward in the process. So fingers crossed, hopefully I get to take the master electrician exam. But if I got to take the journeyman exam, hey, no problem, so be it. I'm up for the challenge. This is very cool because I'll be in Houston when I make that call. And Houston is the energy capital in the US and I think the world. So that'll be cool. So maybe I can go on a little adventure and see what I can find out there that's energy related. So we'll find out next week whether I get to take the master's electrician exam or if I got to take the journeyman's exam. So without further ado, let's hop into the application process. So the first thing on the Miami-Dade County application, which is where I'm applying for my county master electrician's license, the first thing that you're going to see is the application fees. To become a journeyman, the application fees are $240, and to become a master electrician, the application fees are $315. So there's a little bit of a difference in price. Next thing, you're going to look up the amount of experience needed. So if you're applying to become a journeyman electrician, you're going to need about 3 years of experience. Someone's going to have to vouch for that experience as well. We're going to get into that a little bit further into the application. Whether you're with electrician, you work for electrical contractor, there's going to have to be some proof. For the master electrician, you're going to need at least 2 years of experience as a journeyman. For me, I'm in a little bit of a gray area because I have a lot of experience, but I'm not a journeyman. So I was advised by the board to apply, showing proof of my experience. They will make their decision whether they feel like I'm qualified enough to go straight into the master electrician exam, or if I got to take the journeyman test. But if I take the journeyman test, upon passing, I can roll right into the master electrician's exam. So as you go through the application, you're gonna, of course, highlight which exam you're applying for. You're gonna give all of your basic information, and they're gonna ask some questions qualifying your experience as well. Once you get into the trade experience part of the application, you're gonna wanna list all of your valid experiences. For me, I was a part of an OJT training program in high school, so I went ahead and listed that. I listed the time I spent as an apprentice, and I also listed the span of my career at Florida Power and Light, which is electrical utility company. Next, they're going to ask you about your education background. Did you pass in high school? Do you have some college? Do you have a college degree? Of course, you will put all that applies. I'm in college now, so I put that as well, and I put the time I spent in a vocational school as well, just to show that track record of me having experience, further proving my qualifications. Following that, it's going to be list valid courses taken. So for me, I'm putting a lot of my certificates or certifications. I'm a certified fiber optics technician. I've taken some electrical industry classes. I have a certificate with Duke University, and I also have a construction management certificate with Columbia University. So these add a little bit on to, maybe your character, showing that you are someone very interested in your field. And, I think that construction management proves that you're looking to be a contractor. Understanding the electrical industry with Duke University is saying that you're a little bit more knowledgeable than just being a technician. And of course, the fiber optics technician broadens what your experience is. Next, they're going to ask you to write a detailed resume of your experiences. So for my experience, I tried to highlight everything that I've been a part of and what I've worked on, all the way from substation down to 120 wiring. I tried to get out as much as possible to show that broad range of experience, to add on to just the evidence that they will have before them while they're making their decision. I think that's very important because, you know, it's a board and they're looking at this application to see if I would be qualified to move forward. So I think everything you have to offer as far as experience is very important, and I wouldn't want to miss anything. Next, very important, is a constructions trade affidavit of experience. So with this part of the application, you have someone who has worked with you going on record and vouching for your experience. So I've worked with tons and tons and tons of journeyman linemen, construction foremen, you name it. So I called one up, one that I have a very great working relationship with. He agreed. He went on record to vouch for my experience. We worked together the length of our career, so it's over 17 years. He's seen me perform most of the work that I have listed on this application, so he's a good source. With this, you have to get this signed and notarized, of course. Now, after that, of course, you're gonna have to show proof of who you are. You're gonna need a copy of your driver's license, your social security card. You're gonna also need a picture, a passport size picture. This will be for your license, I'm assuming. You know, we're going through the process, so I'm assuming that what that's for. And further validation of what you're saying in your application are your W-2s from your employer. So I had to call up my former employer and reach out to them to get proof of the W-2s. So it is important, if you guys are planning on going through this process in the future, to keep up with your W-2s, keep them on file, keep any proof that you have of working with any electrical companies, electrical contractors, electricians, whatever, just to prove your case for your application as well. I presented that. It proves what I said about the amount of time. And yeah, that's the most important part. So this application isn't as technical as the state application. That's why I say I want to go through this process first. There are some things that we're going to go through as we move forward. Upon passing, you're going to have to do a separate application for your business if you're going to qualify a business when you are yourself qualified. So we'll do that as we move forward. But yeah, these are some of the steps. If you have any questions or suggestions, let me know in the bottom. You know, if you guys are applying for your journeyman's license, let me know. If you are applying for your master electricians, let me know down in the comments as well. Or if you're in that gray area like me and you're debating on, should you go straight into the master electricians course or should you apply to be a journeyman? Let's talk about it. And we will check back in this Friday. I'm so excited to let you know what's the next steps on this journey to becoming a master electrician.